Boris Johnson is facing a growing Tory rebellion over the new tier restrictions as 99% of England faces the tough coronavirus curbs. Senior Conservative MPs warned the Prime Minister would face a large revolt when the government's plan is put to a vote in the Commons next week. More than 55 million people will be placed into Tier 2 and Tier 3 measures when the second national lockdown ends on the 2nd of December. This means mixing between households indoors will effectively be banned for the vast majority of the country. A coronavirus vaccine rollout in the UK could be a step closer after the regulator was formally asked by the government to assess the Oxford and AstraZeneca jab. The move marks a significant first step in getting the vaccine approved if it meets the necessary safety, efficacy and quality standards, the Department of Health said. It comes a week after the Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency was formally asked by the government to assess the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine. Diego Maradona has been buried in a private ceremony following a day of emotional scenes as huge crowds gathered to bid farewell to the footballing legend in Buenos Aires. Only about 24 relatives and close friends attended the ceremony in Argentina's capital on Thursday. Meanwhile, huge crowds turned out to pay their respects, with many people seen weeping and praying as the coffin passed. Maradona died of a heart attack on Wednesday at the age of 60. The Duchess of Cambridge will warn of the crucial role early years play in raising the next generation of adults and shaping society, as her landmark research on the issue is published. Kate has been the driving force behind the study, which is the largest of its kind in the UK on the perceptions of early childhood. Its findings show that only 1 in 4 people recognise the key importance of the first 5 years of a child's life. While 98% believe that nurture is essential to lifelong outcomes, some 24% think up to the age of 5 is the most pivotal period for health and happiness in adulthood. The Duchess will deliver a keynote speech hailed as a passionate and personal address at an online Royal Foundation forum to discuss the study later today. Donald Trump has moved a step closer to conceding the US election after saying he will leave the White House if the Electoral College formalises Joe Biden's victory at the polls. But he insisted such a decision would be a mistake, as he spent his Thanksgiving renewing baseless claims that massive fraud and crooked officials caused his election defeat. While there is no substantive evidence of the kind of widespread fraud President Trump has been alleging, he and his legal team have been working to cast doubt on the integrity of the vote. Mr. Biden won by wide margins in both the Electoral College and popular vote, where he received nearly 80 million votes. And finally, Friends star Matthew Perry has announced his engagement to girlfriend Molly Hurwitz. The 51-year-old, best known for his role as Chandler Bing in the long-running sitcom, told People magazine of his proposal. He said, "I decided to get engaged. Luckily, I happen to be dating the greatest woman on the face of the planet at this time." Perry and his 29-year-old fiancée, who is a literary manager, started dating in 2018.